Hey, what's going on, y'all? Showtime Sports Media. So breaking news out of the NBA, man. It don't really come as a surprise to me, but it comes as a surprise. Which team Damian Lillard got traded to? Um, Damian Lillard has been traded from the Portland Trailblazers to the Milwaukee Bucks in exchange for Drew Holiday, some picks, DeAndre Ayton, Yusuf Nurkic, in a three-team deal with Milwaukee, Portland, and the Phoenix Suns. So Phoenix gets rid of DeAndre Ayton and brings in Yusuf Nurkic, which I don't really know how that move is going to work, especially considering that Nurkic's health has been a question mark over the years. But I believe that DeAndre Ayton wanted out of Phoenix anyway, even after the firing of Monty Williams. Damian obviously wanted out of Portland. Giannis needed help, or he was possibly going to leave Milwaukee. Now, we don't know how any of this is going to work. And obviously, Drew didn't want to leave Milwaukee. I think he was just blindsided by the move because, according to multiple reports, and I think it's a quote out there too, a day before he got traded, he basically was saying how he loved Milwaukee and he wanted to stay. So I think this came as a surprise to everybody what team he was traded to, because everybody was pretty much speculating Miami. And I was hearing reports last night that Toronto was a big front runner to land Damian Lillard. Now I don't know how that package would have worked. I don't know what they would have tried to give up in order to get him. Would they have got rid of Scotty Barnes? Would they have got rid of Pascal? Would they have got rid of any of the pieces that they would have needed in order to be a contender in the East in order to get Dame? This move is astronomical for Milwaukee because the only thing that they really lose is Drew Holiday and his defense as a point guard. But even that, if you want to say, okay, him and Dame is around like the same age and all that, like even with that, like Drew's defense is falling off like slightly over the years since he's been in Milwaukee. And his offense is completely up and down, especially when you're talking about going from the regular season to the playoffs, where his efficiency and his numbers drop to an unhealthy degree. So when you think about the move for Portland, I think they I don't know Griffin's defensive Coach Griffin's defensive philosophy in terms of like how good they'll be on defense still, even after Bud left. They got rid of Bud, but I think that they'll be good enough to where they'll still be a top 5 to 10 defensive efficiency team. And then obviously with the addition of Dame, you get the 3-point shooting, you get the pick and roll, you get the 2-man game with him and Giannis, you get the 2-man game with him and Brook Lopez, you get the spacing, obviously with him and Connaughton. I was about to say DiVincenzo, but I forgot DiVincenzo. But him and Connaughton and things like that. And now they lost Grayson Allen, but I don't think that really is going to hurt them that much. because he was a floor spacer too as well. But you get all that with Dame, and then you look at the move, like I said, for Phoenix. They get Nurkic, and bottom line to me is like, if he stays healthy, like DeAndre Ayton was, pretty much on the court for most of the games last year, and he can be a presence in the paint. I think that helps Phoenix with the size issue. I think that the mid-range jump shot that he has from like the free throw line and out is a great addition for their offense. Obviously, Vogel is going to be able to help shape and mold him defensively and to get him back on track defensively. And then obviously the two-man game with him and Damian Lillard, him and Bradley Beal, him and KD running a two-man, a big two-man game, like both seven footers, both can like shoot from the outside. And Yusuf Nurkic obviously has actually worked on his 3-point game a lot throughout the years too. So like I said, man, if the dudes stay healthy, we might be talking about, Phoenix and Milwaukee on another collision course to the finals. And to be honest, looking at what both of those teams have, I might take Phoenix this time around. Same way I did back in 2020 when they took the 2-0 lead against Milwaukee before Giannis, just said, nah, enough of this. I'm the best player in the series. Like, I'm finna take over. The conference balance of power has shifted a little bit more towards Milwaukee. I don't know how Boston, I don't know how Miami, especially considering that now they've lost some pieces with Vincent going to the Lakers and Strus going to Boston. I don't know how they fare in the East. I don't know how Boston competes in the East with them losing Marcus Smart. This is why I think them losing Marcus Smart in that deal with the Memphis Grizzlies is so vital, because he could have helped. With some of the matchups that they would have had to, contend with Dame and obviously guys like that. Now in the West, obviously Portland is rebuilding. Like they know what they have. It's like Shade and Sharp. They're gonna move Drew. I don't think they're gonna keep Drew. They might waive him. They might try to find another trade partner, get another asset, get another pick for next year's draft of the year or the year after that. They got Shaden Sharp. They got Anthony Simons. They got obviously Scoot Henderson. So they rebuilding. So that's pretty much the whole thing with Portland. For Phoenix, like I said, they made a deal for Kevin Durant last year. They made the deal for Nurkic right now in this three-team deal. They made the deal for Bradley Beal over the summer. Um, they are in prime position to be one of the favorites in the West. Obviously, Denver, coming off the championship, has to contend with them, and them retooling around Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, and all that firepower. Um, the Lakers, obviously being a Western Conference Final runner-up, is an interesting one because they retooled and around LeBron and AD, and you can never count LeBron and AD out, especially when both of those guys are healthy. Even if one of them healthy, but when both of them healthy and they playing at an elite level, you can't count either of them out. So there's that. But for me, man, it's gonna be an arms race to the top of the NBA ladder, bro. When you talk about the moves that's gonna be made, in order to get to that Larry O'Brien trophy in June. So we'll see how it all play out, man. Once the season start, to me, like I said, the season don't really start until Christmas world. I mean, opening day is going to be fine. Everybody will be talking about it post Thanksgiving and all that. But the season really don't start until after Christmas. And then you got the All-Star break, and then you got the trade deadline. So we'll see how much change when the season starts at the trade deadline. But anyway, that's all I got to say about this. I'm out.